There's something magical about the connection between humans and animals. Unlike people, animals don't carry hidden agendas or selfish motives. Their love is simple, genuine, and pure. It doesn't matter if it's a bird, a dog, or even a lion. When you show an animal kindness, they remember it forever. What follows are some of the most touching stories that prove just how strong these bonds can be. Baby monkey reunion. Monkeys aren't known for having great memories, especially as babies. But sometimes love defies expectations. A baby monkey that had once been fostered by a couple proved this when it saw them again. Overcome with emotion, it cried, jumped, and clung tightly to them. In that instant, it was clear love had left a permanent mark on the little one's heart. Lion reunited after 7 years. A lion who had been raised by a man finally saw him again after 7 long years. Time had passed, but the bond was unbroken. The moment they locked eyes, the reunion was emotional and overwhelming. Despite being apart for so long, the lion remembered, and the affection was undeniable. Soldier and K9 bond. Soldiers form unbreakable bonds with their K9 partners. These dogs aren't just co-workers in the field, they're family. One soldier decided to adopt his loyal dog after retirement, but soon after, he had to leave for deployment. When he returned months later, the reunion at the airport was nothing short of emotional. The dog couldn't contain his excitement, wagging his tail and running toward his best friend. Their bond was as strong as ever.
I got stuck with him in 2014. I brought him from Lackland. He was a combat tracker, and we were together for about 3 years. And then I got out and haven't seen him since.
Duck reunion. Sometimes the most unexpected bonds form with the smallest creatures. A man who regularly visited a park became close with a duck that grew used to his presence. But when the man stopped going for a while because of his busy schedule, the visits suddenly ended. Later, when he finally returned, the duck recognized him from a distance and quickly waddled over. Flapping its wings in excitement. It was a simple yet powerful reminder that even the most ordinary animals never forget kindness. Damien and the gorilla. Damien had raised a baby gorilla before releasing it back into the wild. 5 years later, he decided to search for his old friend. People warned him it was dangerous and that the gorilla probably wouldn't remember him. But Damien trusted the bond they once shared. After hours of searching, he called out, hoping his voice might be recognized. And it was. The gorilla emerged, running to him with excitement. The reunion was proof that true bonds can survive even the longest separations.
But the moment I heard this deep love, rumbling gurgle, I knew then that I was okay. And he wouldn't let me go.
Judge reveals dog's real owner. In a court case, a woman tried to claim ownership of a man's dog. Words alone couldn't prove the truth, so the judge came up with a solution. The dog was placed on the ground, free to choose, without hesitation. It ran straight to the man, wagging its tail and showering him with love. The case was decided in an instant. The dog had revealed who its true family was.
That's all. Take the dog home.
Rookie the dog and the cow. Rookie the dog grew up with a cow, and the two were inseparable. The cow wasn't just another animal on the farm, it was Rookie's best friend. But financial struggles forced the owner to sell the cow, and Rookie was devastated. He cried, searched desperately, and even ran away from home to find his companion. Thankfully, in a heartwarming twist, the new owner allowed Rookie to visit the cow every day, keeping their unusual but beautiful friendship alive. Excited pet lizard. Love isn't just for furry animals. One man's pet lizard proves this daily. Every evening when he returns home from work, the lizard runs to greet him at the door, tail wagging like a happy dog. It's an unusual sight, but shows affection knows no boundaries.
Buddy, come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Dog overwhelmed by joy. When a woman returned home after spending years abroad, her schnauzer experienced emotions too powerful to handle. The dog was so overwhelmed with joy that it fainted again and again. It was a reunion filled with laughter, tears, and proof of just how much animals miss the people they love. Chicken reunion. Not all emotional reunions involve big or exotic animals. When a chicken saw the man who had once cared for her, she ran across the yard as fast as she could, flapping her wings in excitement. The small moments show that even simple creatures feel love and gratitude. Calf hug in Thailand. In Thailand, an adorable calf, only 2 weeks old, showed its affection in the sweetest way. It wrapped its little legs around its caretaker in what looked like a hug. The pure innocence of the moment warmed hearts everywhere. Christian the lion. 2 young men in Australia raised a lion cub named Christian. After a time, Christian was released into the wild. Many believed he would forget them, but the opposite was true. Years later, when the men visited, Christian ran straight into their arms. The reunion was powerful, emotional, and unforgettable, a story that still moves people decades later. Circus monkey reunion. A circus monkey that had been separated from his friend for a year couldn't hide its emotions when they met again. It cried loudly and leapt into his arms, clinging tightly. The reunion was raw, emotional, and unforgettable.
At his hands. He wants you. Oh, look at this. Oh my God. This is like a baby.
Tornado, survivor and dog. A man who lost everything in a tornado didn't care about the material possessions. His only wish was to see his dog again. Against all odds, that wish came true. The emotional reunion showed that, in the face of loss, the love of a pet is priceless.
I don't really know what else to say. I'm just glad my dog's back.
Jing Jing the penguin. Perhaps the most remarkable story comes from Jing Jing, a penguin saved by a fisherman in Brazil. Every year, Jing Jing swims thousands of miles back to the man who rescued him. Despite being free to live anywhere, he chooses to return, proving loyalty runs deep, even in the wild. A New Leash on Life program. The program, A New Leash on Life, pairs shelter dogs with prisoners, creating strong, healing bonds for both. One former prisoner reunited with a dog he had once cared for 2 years after his release. The moment was filled with joy and tears as both embraced again, showing that love and companionship can change lives. Jim and the bear at Wildlife Center. At the Orphan Wildlife Center, Jim developed a bond with a bear. After time apart, he returned, unsure if the bear would remember him. But as soon as they met, the bear's reaction made it clear the friendship was still alive. Student and her dog. After spending 8 months abroad, a student finally came home. Out of everyone waiting for her, the one who showed the most excitement was her dog. It wagged, cried, and jumped with overwhelming joy at seeing her again. Stories like these remind us that love truly never fades. But here's the real question. If these reunions can happen after years apart, how many more animals are still waiting for their happy ending? Don't let these powerful moments slip by. Hit that subscribe button, share this video with fellow animal lovers, and turn on notifications so you never miss another story that will touch your heart.